It's Friday. I'm very excited. So, today is a busy day, and I actually woke up a little bit late. So, I am sort of rushing around trying to leave for work, but this is the one part I can't rush, is taking the dogs out. They gotta go in their own time. So, I'm ready to go otherwise. Just a little bit sportier today because I've got a lot to do at work, like with the moving stuff, and I've got a lot of errands to run afterwards because I am going away this weekend, which means I need to do all my weekend chores today. I just got a lot of running around to do and nothing fun, but the fun part is that it's Friday and I'm excited to hang out with my mom this weekend. And yes, I did weigh in this morning, and yes, it was down almost another pound, so I'm very excited. I don't really have too many like landmark weights because I've pretty much always been around the same weight. Like, I lost a bunch of weight once about 4 or 5 years ago, and I got down to 188, which still blows my mind because even when I look at pictures, I'm like, yeah, I look exactly the same, which I'm sure I did not, but in my mind I did. So I don't even have like these fond memories of like, oh, remember when I was under 200 pounds? It was very short-lived. It was less than a year that I was under 200 pounds, and it shot right back up and even higher. So anyway, but this morning was like 235 point something, 235.6 or 7. But I distinctly remember being 235 at my sister's wedding, which was like 9 years ago, I think. And I remember I tried so hard to lose weight for that. And I was so disappointed that I was still in the like 235, the mid twos. But at the same time, I had worked really hard to like get down to 235. So yeah, like I said, not like it's like, it doesn't mean anything to me, but like I don't have many weights where I see them and like think of a certain time. But 235, I thought, I just remembered trying to lose so much more for her wedding, and that was terrible because it was the first wedding that I had gone to, never mind been in, and I was a bridesmaid, so I needed the bridesmaid's dress, and I went with all my sister's friends who were very thin and beautiful and in shape. And then I think it wasn't David's Bridal, but it was like another bridal shop, and they were like, oh, well, you need the plus size, and it was like this whole extra thing. I had to pay all this extra money for the extra fabric, and I was like a size 16, 18 like I am now then, and I had to order a size 24. And yeah, my dress was like slightly more than double the price because I needed the plus size. And then it didn't fit, and then actually the top was too small, and my aunt had to like sew in a whole extra panel. It was this whole thing, and it was like, no wonder I remember it, right? It was traumatizing, and I remember at the end of the night, like just literally counting down minutes till I could take that dress off. And I think I got in the car and I could barely like sit. I just kind of like was like stuffed into this sausage casing, and Joel was like, do you want me to unbutton that thing for you? Because it had, like the hooks all the way up the back, like a corset top. And I was like, yeah. And we were like sitting in the car, and he just like starts unbuttoning the top, and I just like all my fat just pooled out, and I was like, oh my God, it was so much better. And then we drove home, and I was like half dressed because I just couldn't, and I could never get back into that thing again. It wasn't that attractive anyway. I don't think I would want to. But, you know, it was still a lovely wedding, and I love my sister, so. Anyway, if I can find a picture, I will put it in here. I don't know if I have any that are like digital, but. Well, that was a weird ramble for the day. I really need to get these dogs to come inside because I really need to get to work. So I will check back with you later. It's dinner time and I'm so excited about it. Chai's not that excited. I have got some noodles with black bean sauce and zucchini and a little red chili, garlic and ginger, and then that sprinkle on top is like a, it's called furikake. It's like a sort of a rice, Japanese rice seasoning. So it's like seaweed and sesame seeds and salt. You see? Hey, buddy. Anyway, gonna go eat this now. Oh, it's about 1,000 something calories, 1,000, but I'll let you know. So a few years ago, I decided to redecorate the women's bathroom at my office. And I bought this little thing. Never mind all that stuff, it's gonna move. I bought this little thing with the 2 drawers at Home Goods for like 60 bucks. But now that we're moving offices, it needs to go, and it, I guess, belongs to me. So I brought it home, and I put it in my bedroom under this window, and I decided to put some plants on it. So I do have a couple plants downstairs that are gonna move up here, and I just bought these 2 at the grocery store. I'm sure it's not cool to buy plants at the grocery store, but I got this little rose bush because it's so cute, and this ivy, which I realized once I got home was really stupid because this same ivy grows all over my backyard, and I could just pluck some and put it in a jar, but whatever, it was like $3 and it's really cute. Melissa, you'll have to look away if you're watching because there's a hornet here coming in. Problem is the hornets come in because they get tired or old or cold, and they literally come in the house to die, which is really sad because I tried to scoop them up and shoot them out the window, but they'll just die because they can't fly anymore. I'm deliberately trying to not show him because my lovely friend Melissa is petrified of bees, so I don't want to show you. But anyway, I struggle with, like, do I just kill him, kind of put him out of his misery, or do I toss him outside and plunge him to his death? I don't know. If I just leave him, which is the problem, I can't just leave him in the room because Zevon will go nuts and he has to kill it, which is fine, but I'm afraid of it stinging him in his mouth. So if you're wondering the outcome, I killed it and now I'm letting Zevon eat it. So circle of life, I guess. Laying on my bed with Z. There he is. And I'm actually gonna close out this video because I'm not gonna be doing anything else for the rest of the day. I just did the dishes and brought up my little plants, and then I just sat down, and I am forever trying to make my eyebrows the same. I realize it's an impossible task. It's like, you know, people have different size boobs or different size feet, and I just have different eyebrows. And the only way to make them match would be to like over pluck them and make them each super tiny. And I don't want to do that. So, like, okay, if I relax my face, can you see? This one is like much lower and even has like a different sort of shape. It drives me nuts. So, I mean, it's fine. it is fine. It doesn't really bother me that much. It only drives me nuts when I go to clean them up and then I'm like, oh, maybe I can like make the bottom of this one a little bit higher and make the top of this one a little bit lower, and eventually they'll sort of look more similar. But it can't be done. So instead I just make them each look neat on their own. And yeah, what do they say? They're sisters, not twins. So that's what they are. Anyway, all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do laundry and finish cleaning the kitchen. And I don't know what else. I need to go out again and get, I got my prescriptions at the pharmacy, but I need to get the dog's prescriptions because they are almost out and Joel will need them while I am away. And yeah, anyway, I'm not doing anything else exciting. I might go for a walk. It depends on how much cleaning I do, if that's a workout unto itself. But it's Friday, so I kind of don't want to do anything at all. And then I'm gonna, I think, just pack up my clothes and whatever else I'm gonna bring to the casino so that I'm ready to go in the morning. And that's it. So, my dinner. Sorry about that. I forgot to come back and tell you exactly how many calories that was. It was 1,037 calories for that whole dish. And if you're wondering why it was so high, it was because I used ramen noodles for the noodles. I used 2 packages of ramen noodles. And if you don't know, I'm sorry to tell you, ramen noodles are really, really high in calories. Each ramen noodle packet, that little packet, is 2 servings. So, and I used 2 packets. So I had 4 servings, and each serving was 190 calories. So the bulk of my calories came from the ramen noodles. And then the bean paste is like 30 calories, I think, for a tablespoon. And I only used a tablespoon. And then I used a whole small zucchini and a quarter of a red chili and about, I'm trying to remember how many, 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. And that was it. So, oh, and some ginger and garlic, which is like an inch, which is like 1 calorie or something. But I did log it in because I am that anal about it. Oh, there's a hornet, but he's on the outside of the window. But Sivan just saw him. He's very concerned. So I'm not planning on eating anything else for the day, but it is pretty early still. It's only like 6 o'clock. So I do have a few calories if I want to. I bought an apple at the store, Honeycrisp apple. For some reason, I've really been craving a raw apple, so I might have that, probably will have that, so that it doesn't go bad. But if I do have that, that's an extra 100 calories, I think. So that's it. That's my day. And I am gonna sign off now. And probably when I see you again, I will be either getting ready to go to the casino or I'll be at the casino. So I will see you then.